10 things Italy does better than anywhere else. CNN. Pizza, pasta, Verdi, the colossal runway models. We know Italy does something incomparably well, but travelers to the elegant booth don't just want to eat spaghetti still with opera and gawk at old ruins. Beyond the Sicily, you'll find 10 other surprising ways in which Italy shines. More on CNN. Verdi exploring the Italian home charm of a musical genius. First, flattery. Depending on whether or not you think the occasional cackle or bird grab is flattering, you will find Italians are aggressively complimentary of friends and beautiful strangers alike. A historic tool for both disarming and diffusing flattery is the fulcrum of which Italian society teeters. As Luigi Barzini writes in The Italians, people have always employed such art offensively to gain advantages, destroy rivals and conquer power and wealth, and defensively as the school uses ink to bind and confound powerful men, dictators and tyrants. But your light only notice the spud grab. Second, hot bath. If flattery doesn't get you out of your clothes, the peninsula's 380 spa site offering hailing mud and bubbles well. Boiling as much fat beneath the surface as its people, Italy pioneered the world's first large-scale sport, exporting them as like colonized Europe. Water therapies include island baths, such as those on volcanic Two-Scan Hot Spring Mountain Bath in the town of Bormio and the thermal park of Lake Garda. Just drinking the mineral-rich water in some places is reputed to be healthy. Some so convinced the Italian government of the healing power of hot springs and geothermal Mars parks that it covered the cost of some therapies for its citizens. Free hot springs in Tuscany. Third, cruising. Be it in Italian or any other language, the accent of native Italian turns any expletive into a blunt force instrument. Rhythmic, staccato, and with an almost operatic legato that fuses syllables together like a hammer on guitar note. Swearing here is a performance art. Inspired mostly by pigs, anatomical exit points, and promiscuous women, Italian profanities, which vary by region, sound equal parts dramatic, angry, and comical. Powered by the passion characteristic of the Italian people, the results don't intimidate and even charm their recipients, sometimes all at once. More on CNN. 15 best coffee bar in Rome. Fourth, Beach Bunny. With 7,400 kilometers, 4,600 miles of coastline, Italy boasts the most beaches in Europe, as well as 27 marine parks. Summer temperatures peak in many places at just below 13 C, 86 F. Compared with the mid-20s, 70s F in France and Portugal, it's like swimming in tropical waters, minus the sharks and the trinky hawkers. When it comes to beaches, it's a tough choice between blinding white stones, pebble, and even turf shores. For 248 Italian beaches have been awarded blue flag status for clear waters and unspoiled sand. More on CNN, Italy's best beaches and islands. 5 pop-up governments. Italians steer through regions like their sport car to dinosaur juice. Since the end of the World War II, Italy has established 62 governments under 38 prime minister, 40 if you count Silvio Berlusconi 3 total terms, and only one has lasted a full 5 years. Fearing the rise of another Mussolini, Italy's constitutional system years ago provided for a weak executive branch that requires majorities in both legislative houses just to get anything done. That, combined with an already fracturing political landscape of small ruling parties, put Italy's average MPG mouth per government barely over 12. 6. Volcanoes. 10 active volcanoes allow Italy's geology to vent the way voting gives release to its citizens. The country's and Europe's largest volcano is Mount Etna in Sicily, the world's second most active volcano after Hawaii's Mauna Loa. Etna's spectacular eruptions, suit-blanket scenery, lava flows, and extensive caves draw more than 1 million tourists a year. It lists TripAdvisor top 10 must-see volcanoes list, along with 4 other Italian spotters, including Vesuvius Mountain. In June, Etna became a UNESCO World Heritage Site, joining 3 other Italian volcanoes, including the island of Volcano, no translation price there, Lipari, and Stromboli, known as the Mediterranean's lighthouse for its breathtaking eruption. Mountain Etna tours and excursion. More on CNN. Scandal Rock Pompeii finally gets a makeover. 7th, dessert. Apple pie is good and it's never bad time for a sticky slice of baklava, but for the sheer volume and variety of treats, nothing beats Italian sweets. Much is more of Peninsula's food, the usual suspects being pizza, pasta, and antipasti, but the real star of Italian cuisine are gelato, tiramisu, cannoli, Napolitan, biscotti, spumoni, tartuffe, zippos. Hell, Italy has nearly as many signature desserts as it has governments. Italian confectioners work in all media to combine cakes, cookies, and creams, both iced and otherwise, to create the world's tastiest arsenal of dessert. Ironically, Italians don't even really eat this stuff, most often preferring a piece of fruit or chocolate after a meal instead. More, $84 Galletti greatest travel rip-off. 8. Caving. Rich in crumbling, sieve-like caustic landscape, Italy is one of the most taped countries on the planet, with more than 35,000 cavities above ground and thousands more underwater. Grotag Gigantic holds the Guinness World Record for largest accessible cave on Earth at a yawning 850 meters, 2,788 feet wide, with 500 stages that descend 100 meters, 328 feet into the earth. Other notable caves include the Blue Grotto in Capri, where Emperor Tiberius loved to swim. Inside the Grotto del Vento, winds sweep through its tortuous trough at 40 kilometers an hour. More information: rock climbing and caving in Italy. More on CNN. 24-hour tourism roam in a day. Night sport card. Eclectic more turns per head than even its fashion models do. Italy's catalog of exotic then jet as what Persky drivers dream about. What began as a race car manufacturer in the 1930s has become a standard period for aspirational autos. In 2012, Ferrari sold just 7,000 cars but booked $3 billion in revenues. Meanwhile, Lamborghini may be owned by German Audi now, but the hips are still all Italiano. Pengan, Afla, Roman, Maserati. These names are sex on wheels. Italy doesn't even crack the top 20 in global autos production, but 4 out of 4 league supercars that cover more adolescent male bedroom walls than catapult. No other countries can outrace Italy. 10th, river cruises. Unlikely to be among the top 2 or 3 or 100 things that spring to mind when you think of Italy. River cruising on the peninsula is actually a vibrant business, and new routes to keep opening up. Italian rivers aren't as long or easily navigated as those in the rest of Europe, but visitors can flow from one beautiful UNESCO World Heritage Site to another. Po River Travel, Uniworld, and European Waterways offer week-long cruises that take in areas like Venice, Logan, Monta, Padua, the Po Valley, and Verona, the city of Romeo and Juliet. More information: Euro River Cruises.